Year 10, welcome to this half term, new half term. But because you have done so much work, I think it's a perfect opportunity to pause and consolidate what we've been doing. So before I talk more about that, you can see how the second week before half term concluded in terms of the work that people are doing. Again, the vast majority of people doing all the work is very, very impressive. And I can see from all your test questions that you're really understanding what's going on as well, which is really, really good. So because we've done all this work and all this learning of new content, I thought we should spend the first couple of weeks after half term revising. Now, I don't know when we're going to come back to school, but if we do come back to school this half term, I think it would be good to have an assessment so that we can see where we're at. And the work that we're going to do for the first couple of weeks of this half term is specifically designed for that assessment. So I'm going to show you what the work's going to look like. So if, first of all, I show you this, you should have received this in the post during half term. This is a maths work pack for our class. The first part of it is revision lessons for the first 4 lessons of this week. And the second part of it is 2 fluency tests, one for this week and one for next week, next Friday. So this week's instructions on Show My Homework, you're currently watching this intro vid. And then the second thing is to complete lesson 1 of the work pack, which is questions 1 to 12. And you can see lesson 1, Monday 22nd of February, questions 1 to 12, pages 2 to 8. So lesson 1, work through it. It's all topics that we've done this half term. And we go all the way down to question 12 until it says lesson 2. And then it says now, at the end of the lesson, now mark your work using the solutions on Show My Homework. So you go back to Show My Homework, solutions are attached, you open them up, they're there, make sure you download them and mark them in purple pen. What I want you to do to submit the work is take a photo of your marked questions 8 and 9 only. So each day, there's going to be different questions for you to take a photo of, and at the end of the week, you're going to send them all to me with the title Year 10 Revision Work. And Friday, you're going to complete the fluency test, and I've made video solutions on Mr. G Maths for those questions, which you also need to mark and send a photo to me. So those are all the instructions for this week. It's a little bit different. Hopefully you'll enjoy working on paper rather than on the computer the whole time. If you're finding that you can't remember any of this stuff, you need to go back and watch the lessons on these topics from Show My Homework. And if you're not sure where to go, please email me. Please email me. It's a perfect opportunity to catch up if you spent last half term not working as well as you should have done. But for most people, it's an opportunity to revise. So let's just go to some highlights from last week. In fact, I'm going to go to one highlight from the week before half term because you can see here. Oops. So someone who wasn't the best in the first lockdown was Ethan. He was quite hit and miss in terms of his work, and he started to sort it out towards the end of the first lockdown. But this time round, he's been absolutely on point. You can see this was the first lesson from last week before half term. That was the second lesson. You can see he's actually taking the time to draw the graphs. And the thing is, when he gets something wrong or he can't remember it, you can see he's doing it in purple pen, honestly. And he's writing down the things that he needs to. For example, y-intercept when y is 0. But that should actually say x is 0. But I hope you remember when I got very annoyed at Ethan this term because he wasn't remembering that. But he's been honest with himself and he knows that he needs to make purple pen notes for certain things. It shows me he's taking the work seriously. And then that was his KPI. And you can see for the KPI, he's understood the vast majority of it because he's working so well. So I thought this was a really nice example of someone who wasn't doing very well first time round in lockdown 1, but is now smashing it in lockdown 2, or lockdown 3, or whatever lockdown we're in. I don't care. But Ethan, well done. It's very good. And hopefully everyone, one more big push till we come back to school, hopefully this half term. So anyway, good luck and email me if you've got any questions.